Ahoy!
Welcome to episode 17 of Bottom of the Stream.
Yep, 17.
17. What can you do at 17? Drive.
Yes.
The podcast can drive now.
Oh, brilliant.
Excellent. That's good. I'll get the socials out of the way first.
How would it reach the pedals?
It wouldn't. It hasn't got any feet.
Yeah.
It's got some legs though. Hey!
I'll set them up.
Wow. And I'll bat him away. Instagram is BOTS_podcast. Twitter is also BOTS_podcast. Facebook.com/bottom of the stream. Email address is bottomofthestream@gmail.com. And the website is bottomofthestream.podbean.com, where you will find all the episodes and the stream table, where we rank and rate every film that we watch into like a league table. Oh, getting quite good at that.
It's a quickly expanding table.
It is, yeah. There's going to be 17 films in it by the end of this.
I know. On to page 2.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe. Second half.
Yeah.
I've got a cat on my lap, so if you hear cat noises all the way through, we're at Nick's house again, second week in a row. So if you hear noises, that's the cat, not me.
I can get rid of the cat.
Do you want to get rid of the cat?
Yeah, let me get rid of the cat.
Bye, cat. He doesn't want to go. Cat's gone. Nick's just running and putting him outside. I'm on my own. I've never broadcast on my own before. Oh, he's back.
He scratched me.
He did he?
Yeah.
What a bastard. Okay, that was a bit of a distraction. We were just talking about needing more content for the intro, and we've got it from a cat. So, shall we move on to talking about this week's film?
Yeah, I was going to make a rude joke about I'm not going there.
Okay, don't.
No.
Good.
My mum might listen.
Yeah, that's true. My mum wouldn't, but she might do. So let's move on. Let's talk about Night of the Comet.
Yeah.
Yep.
From back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s. We're doing an 80s film this week. So we're 80s kids, and we grew up in the 80s with 80s films, and this is an 80s film.
Do you think you're young?
No.
Oh, okay.
I like to think I am, but...
Well, it's just like, so you're 38.
Yeah.
And that's not that old.
No, it's not.
But if I told you this film's 35 years old, that to me feels
Seems
like
quite old. And
it's ancient.
Yeah. Do you know Alien's 40 years old now?
Yeah, that's
ridiculous.
Insane.
So it was released in 1984, November 1984. It's a 15. It's an hour and 35 minutes long and is currently rated at 6.4 on IMDb. There's your facts. There's your stats. Stars Catherine Mary Stewart and Kelly Maroney.
So I've got a couple of facts about this film.
Go on.
So
you got any facts about those two actresses?
I have a bit of a fact about... So, who's the lady who played Reggie?
Catherine Mary Stewart.
So this is quite a cult film.
Yeah.
It does have
got
a bit of a cult following. And so as I was doing a bit of reading and trying to get a bit of extra knowledge about this after I watched it, I found an article, and this film was mentioned by Joss Whedon.
All right.
He of Avengers and...
Yeah, the uber famous Joss Whedon.
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And he said that the character of Reggie... this is one of his favourite films, and the character of Reggie was a big inspiration for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, really? Yeah. There you go.
And yeah, I think you can actually see...
Yeah, I think you're right. You can. Now you've said that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad shout. Excellent.
And then the other thing, which I kind of was reading a bit about, is the director.
Yeah.
So it's a chap called Tom Everhart.
Yep.
Do you know anything else he might have done?
Yeah, I do. I know that he directed one of my mum's favourite films.
What's that?
Captain Ron.
Captain Ron's I think it's a pretty good film.
Yeah, I've not watched it for a long time, but I know my mum raves about it, or she used to. She used to make us watch it all the time.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, it's like a salty sea dog.
Yeah, around the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Martin Short.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he directed that. And he also has a writing credit on Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Oh, brilliant.
Which is a great film.
So, bit of pedigree here.
Yeah, definitely.
This predates any of that, though.
Yeah. Catherine Mary Stewart also does a voice in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
which one?
She plays a character called Moira. I don't think he's in it a lot.
Right.
She's credited as being in that. Yeah.
Still working.
And Kelly Maroney was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Okay.
So they're my facts about the actresses and the director.
I have one more.
Go on.
So the sort of lead male in this is a guy called Robert Beltran.
Yep.
And he is... I didn't really watch it, but my wife watched this film with me, and she recognised him straight away. Because she is a bit of a Star Trek fan.
All right.
He was in Star Trek Voyager for like 7-8 years or however long.
Oh, really?
It was on.
Okay.
Like
I've never been a big Star Trek guy.
In the mid to late 90s. So he showed me a picture, and he's
Excellent. No, I've never really been into Star Trek, so I didn't get him on that.
So yeah, there's quite a few familiar faces.
A couple of interesting facts to start with, yeah.
What's your favourite thing about the 80s?
Probably films. I love 80s films.
Well, we talked about the Goonies, didn't we?
Yeah,
in our bonus episode.
I love 80s films. There's something special about a film made in the 80s, and I don't really know what it is. I was thinking about it whilst I was watching the film, but they just feel right.
Well, it's one of the reasons I think why like Stranger Things has found so much success.
Definitely
that sort of nostalgia.
Yeah,
that's really captured
that 80s
feel of yes, this was made in the 80s.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that Stranger Things felt like it was made in the 80s, and it isn't. But obviously isn't. But it really feels like it was, and it kind of works.
Yeah, that sort of nostalgia pull I think is really quite powerful.
Stranger Things is a great show. Yeah. But made better by the fact that it's made in, say, in the 80s.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, it wouldn't be as big a show as it is. Because it's aimed at our sort of age group, and the nostalgia of it is what drives it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see what we think of this, but, I mean, on paper, it might have quite a bit going for it.
Yeah.
It's the 80s. It's a B movie.
It's a zombie movie.
Feels like it fits in on this podcast.
Definitely fits in on this podcast. 100%. It has, like we said, it has got a bit of a cult following, but that doesn't put it at the top of the stream by any means.
I had never heard of this.
I had never heard of it. Never, ever heard of it.
Never been on my radar whatsoever.
Not at all. Shall we get into it?
Yeah.
So it starts off with an ominous voiceover introducing us, telling us all about what?
I'm trying to sign to you
to
not interrupt your flow, and then you've just stopped anyway. Well, we've got to work on the telepathy.
Yeah, we have.
You've not asked for a one-word review.
I've not asked you for a one-word review. Nick, what's your one-word review of this week's film?
Dusty.
It was dusty. Nice red dust everywhere. Yeah. Do you want to do a one-word review of last week's film?
Did we not do it last week?
We didn't do it last week.
Okay. Oh, God, you want to make me think about Nicolas Cage and his pants again.
Just go with mucky.
Mucky, yeah.
It was mucky.
Anyway,
so yeah, the film...
Get back on track.
One-word review was what? I missed it.
Mucky.
Dusty.
Dusty for this week.
Dusty for this week, mucky for the week before.
Yeah.
We need a shower. Maybe we get a nice clean film next week. So the film starts anyway with an ominous voiceover telling us about the comet, introducing the comet. It says to expect a Christmas light show as we pass through the tail of the comet.
Yeah, so the comet has not passed for around 65
million years, which coincides with the death of the dinosaurs.
It does, yeah.
Just happened to coincidentally happen overnight. Nobody seems that worried. So there's parties going on in the streets.
Well, no one was here 65 million years ago.
But people know the dinosaurs were wiped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's parties going on in the streets. They're preparing for a comet party.
So the comet is going to pass near to Earth.
Yeah.
Earth is essentially going to orbit through the tail of the comet.
Yeah, so we know we're going to get a light show. The sky's going to light up with shooting stars, basically. Yeah. That's what they're expecting to happen. This is the point where we meet Reggie, or Regina, who works in a cinema.
Yeah.
But she's more interested in playing arcade games.
Because it's the 80s.
Because it's the 80s, and that's what 80s teenagers did, which is a fact. That's not even debated. She's sleeping with the projectionist at the cinema.
Yes.
Who's called Larry.
Yeah, so it's kind of like... So Reggie is this sort of teenager. I think, I can't remember if she says she's 18
She's 18, 19. I think she was 18 and her sister was 16.
And Larry is sort of, in my mind, he's a bit older.
Yeah,
he's sort of...
mid-20s.
Yeah.
Maybe even older than that.
He's a bit of a loser for a mid-20s.
He worked in a projectionist, but he was selling copies of films to his mates for money as well. And
you always know those people, there's girls at school who went out with...
Yeah. CD cinema guys.
Well, older losers. Anyway, did you recognise Larry?
No.
You didn't? Because I did.
I don't think so.
But I couldn't place him.
Okay.
When I had a look, I was like, of course it is.
Who was it?
He's in two of your very favourite programmes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who is he?
TV shows.
Who is he?
He was in Lost.
Was he?
Yeah. And he was in Breaking Bad.
What? Who is he?
So 35 years later.
Who is he?
So
stop keeping me in suspense. Who was he in Lost?
He was an other in Lost.
Right.
Is it Pickett?
Oh yeah. Was that him?
Yeah.
Interesting. Who was he in Breaking Bad?
He's Todd's uncle. He's the leader of the white supremacists.
Wow.
In like the last two series.
You blew my mind there. I didn't pick that up.
The main bad guy for the last...
I feel devastated in myself that I didn't pick that up, but I did not pick that up. I apologise. I apologise to myself, my TV-loving self. I thought I knew everything about Lost.
Michael Bowen is his real name.
Okay, cool. Well, that's made this film better.
Yeah. So, I do like picking on that sort. And I didn't spot it. I thought there was something familiar about it.
He was barely in it though. He was only in for like one scene.
Couple of scenes.
Couple of scenes at the
first
beginning.
5 minutes.
No, I didn't pick up on that. I feel devastated myself.
Ah, well, win some, lose some.
While they're in the cinema, there's a party going on at Regina's house.
Yep. Comet party.
There's comet parties going on everywhere, all over the world, I assume. Sam is there, who's Regina's younger sister.
Yep.
And her stepmother and Sam have a bit of a row.
Doris is the stepmother. Now, they have a bit of a row. Who slaps who first? Doris slaps Sam first. Yeah, she tries to one bomb her.
She slaps her, and then Sam slaps her back, and then she punches her full on in the face and sends her flying across the room. They proper have like a fight.
Yeah, so Doris is the stepmom. She's
evil stepmother.
Reggie's like, I want to stay out. I'm gonna. Well, she says she's gonna go and work at the library or something, but she just wants to
sleep in the cinema.
Yeah. And Doris sort of says, I'm in charge. Your dad's away.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah.
And it turns out she's having it away with the neighbour, Doris.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Reg wants to stay in the cinema because somebody's beaten one of her high scores on the arcade game.
Yes.
Who has the initials DMK, which may come back later on. So then you get this incredible scene of the comet happening, and the computer effects of the purple and red sky were so 80s, it was unbelievable. It was like, this is about as 80s as this film as films get, I think. The computer effects and the score.
There's as much synthesizer on this soundtrack as you would expect.
Yeah,
it pleased me greatly.
And me. I think my judgment of this film may be skewed by my age. Because it really was like very...
Yeah, I think that'll come up a bit as we talk about this. And I think that's a fair comment, because if someone who's 10 to 15 years younger than...
Yeah, somebody who hasn't been brought up on 80s films
may
think, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got to be a child of the 80s to appreciate it, I think.
I thought there was a lot of charm to this.
I honestly think it's aged quite well.
Yeah.
The effects are 80s. They wouldn't hold up today. But it works. There's a lot of charm to it. It's a fun little film. So the next morning, after the comet storm has happened, the sky is all red.
Yep. Smog.
Everywhere's deserted. Clothes everywhere, but no bodies. Just dust.
Yeah.
In the clothes.
Dust.
Regina wakes up in the projection booth with Larry.
Yep.
And he goes to leave.
Well, he's pissed off because he's
waiting for somebody to come and drop something back to him.
Yeah, he's lent a print of a movie to someone.
Yeah.
And he didn't really want to lend it to him in the first place. That's what we were talking about the night before. Yeah. And the guy said, I'll borrow it, I'll watch it, I'll bring it straight back.
Yeah, and he hasn't brought it back.
No. So he's going to go out and
get it. So he leaves. And just as he's leaving, what happens?
There's a comet zombie.
Gets him.
With a wrench.
But they're not like zombies, because it talks.
Yeah.
Later on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're like mutants. I don't really know. They're like...
They're diseased.
Yeah.
They're people. They're rotting away, aren't they?
Yeah. They've gone a bit crazy.
Yeah.
They're rotting away. They look like zombies. They've got 80s scar makeup and things on. But, yeah, so he gets attacked, and that's the last we see of him.
Yep.
He's done. After a little while, Reg goes outside to try and find him.
After she's got a high score back.
Yeah, she does get a high score back. Yeah, she gets the arcade score back. It wasn't even the high score; it was the 6th high score. She just didn't like that she hadn't got the top 10.
Yeah, so she wanted
him to be the entire top 10, and somebody beating her at number 6.
So she'd have to get so far and then die.
Which is what she did.
Yeah.
I didn't catch what game it was. I was trying to catch it, but I didn't catch it. Probably something like Joust or something. So she goes outside. Does she go out for a cigarette or something? She goes out the front door of the cinema, finds some clothes.
Yeah.
Comments on the smog. She's like, it's a bad smog day.
Yeah.
But she gets locked out.
Yeah, so she puts a Ben.
She gets Ben and she puts him in front of the door.
A bin.
She puts a bin. An old-fashioned like ashtray type bin.
Yeah, between the door, and that shifts and she gets locked out.
She locks out. So she goes round to the side door where she finds Larry's keys and a bloody wrench.
Yeah.
And then...
Bloody wrench.
Then that same zombie pops up again out of nowhere.
Munching on the remains of Larry.
He's eating the remains of Larry. She beats the crap out of it.
Yeah, she fights him off.
Escapes on Larry's motorbike. I presume it's Larry's motorbike. It's a motorbike that's parked there. So then you get a bit of a scene of her riding this motorbike through deserted LA.
Yeah.
LA? It is set in LA. Yeah, it was set in LA. She gets home.
It's good. That was creepy. It was atmospheric. Again, with the sort of synth going on.
Yeah. So they filmed it.
Bit sort of John Carpentry.
Apparently it was filmed in the early hours of the morning and the police had stopped the traffic on the highways.
Okay.
And that's how they managed to get the deserted highway scenes.
Excellent.
And that's why it was all like murky early morning shots. So she goes home. She gets home. There's nobody there. She's wandering around shouting for Sam and shouting for Doris and her dad, whatever he was called.
Yeah.
Nobody's answering. And then suddenly Sam pops up out of nowhere, makes a jump. Made me jump. Jumped out of my skin. Wasn't expecting her. And she's a bit of a wild card, old Sam.
Yeah.
She's a bit mouthy. She's a bit chatty.
Yeah, 16-year-old trying to find a way in the world, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she didn't watch the Comet.
No, she didn't.
Reggie didn't watch the Comet because she was chapped up in the projection room of the cinema.
Yeah.
And Sam did not watch the Comet because after the fight with Doris, she went and ran away, basically, and slept in a shed.
She slept in a lawn storage shed.
Right.
That's what she described it as, which is made of steel.
Okay.
And so is a projectionist booth. It's made of steel. There's a pattern emerging.
Yeah.
Reg tries to explain to Sam that everybody's gone. There's nobody out there. She even goes out into where the party was happening. She finds Doris's clothes.
Yeah, because Sam is sort of dressed up, ready to go to cheerleading practice.
Yes.
And she says, I've rung around some of my friends, no one's answering.
Yeah.
And Reggie tries to explain.
Everybody's dead. Everyone's dead. There's a pile of dust out here with Doris's clothes on.
And
Doris is dead.
I really like the bit when, just as they were walking out of the house, Sam picks up the lead and even the dogs turn to dust.
Yeah.
And then she's just carrying this lead around for about 5 minutes.
She carries it around for ages. It's really funny. But then they put the radio on and the radio's still broadcasting.
Yeah.
So they've got the music on, but then a DJ comes on.
Yeah.
So somebody else is still out there. So they go to the radio station. Which makes sense.
Yeah, get in a car and they drive through town.
Yeah. You would head to the Voices. So they did. You get to the radio station, go into the radio station, and it's pre-record.
Yeah, all automated.
Reel
to reel.
Yeah, proper old-fashioned reels, and that was great to see.
It's all mod cons, that is, in 1984.
All the old Pepsi logos and everything, and neon lights everywhere.
There's a lot of neon in that radio station.
Yeah, there was. It was like a proper old 80s radio station. But there's a man in the radio station. There is a man in the radio station. Radio? There's a man in the radio station with a gun.
Yeah.
And he comes out and pulls his gun on them both because he thinks they're zombies.
Yeah.
But they're not.
So he asks them to step into the light so he can see them.
So which Sam reluctantly does. Yeah. She's a rebel and she doesn't want to. This guy is Hector, who is a trucker who's been attacked by a zombie and his girl has been eaten.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily his girl, but the girl he had picked up the night before.
Yeah.
Has been eaten. At this point, Regina remembers Larry. She's like, "Oh, Larry!"
Yeah. It was very much like that.
It was just like that. And she went, "Oh, he's probably dead." And that was the last time he gets mentioned.
Oh no, she gets a bit upset because she goes and locks
herself
in the bathroom.
She has a bit of a bathroom moment, but it made me laugh because she just went, "Oh, Larry!"
And Sam tries to sort of chat Hector up a bit.
Yeah.
And he's just like, not really listening. Interested. And he goes and immediately wants to go and check on Reggie.
And he reveals that he slept in his truck, which is made of steel. So all three of them have survived, and all three of them slept in steel rooms. So that's why the Comet didn't. For some reason, Comet, whatever
disease, dust,
whatever got them, can't go through steel.
So while Hector and Reggie are sort of having this chat in the bathroom, sort of consoling each other, Sam quite impressively manages to operate this huge soundboard at a radio station.
She starts broadcasting herself.
And just starts chatting on the radio.
Like we are now.
Yeah.
Just chatting away to invisible listeners.
Yep.
There are some listeners out there, I promise you. I've checked the stats. She didn't know first. She presumed there wasn't any. She was just chatting. And she gives out the station's phone number.
She does,
that's what radio DJs do.
She says, "You've got any requests?"
Yeah. She gives out the socials. The 80s socials.
The 80s socials.
Yeah. So she gives out...
we had to give out a phone number.
Who would answer that?
No. Well, back in the day, you would, wouldn't you?
You would have had to.
You'd have like a hotline. Or a P.O. box.
We'd just employ a little old lady to answer it for us. Hello, bottom of the stream. Yeah, so she gets this call. She says that she spoke to them briefly, but then it went dead. And then we cut away to some scientists who were in a restricted area on an Air Force base somewhere.
How do you know they're in a restricted area?
Because there's a great big sign on the fence that says restricted area.
But every time it cuts to them,
it's
the same
shot.
So there's like a chicken wire fence.
Yeah. They're like Area 51.
Yeah, there's a sign on the fence that says restricted area. And then you just see a pair of boots.
Yeah,
and
or a gun being placed up against the fence. And,
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I did as well.
Again,
so me, 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it charming.
Yeah, I agree.
I can well imagine, like you say, some people watching this and just going,
this is bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's...
Take it of its time.
Yeah.
I got a lot out of this film.
I agree. I'm with you. I did as well. I really enjoyed it, actually. Anyway, there's some scientists in this Air Force base and they're discussing do they bring the survivors back to them? Because they know there's some survivors out there because they've just spoken to Sam on the phone.
Yeah.
So they're discussing, do we bring them back? What do we do when they get back? One woman scientist who was Audrey was...
I just got her surname, which is White, because that's what was on her name.
I think she was called Audrey. She was dead against bringing anybody back.
Yeah.
That's where we kind of leave the scientist there for a little while. Then there's a scene where Sam is driving around the city in a car, and she goes past two cops who are on motorbikes, and they follow her. Incidentally, the two cops are the two cops that were stopping the traffic in the actual real world.
Oh, really?
Who had just happened to have a cameo in the film.
Good fact.
Thanks, IMDb facts. They catch up with her. She pulls over. She starts talking to them, but they're both zombies.
Yeah, zombie cops.
Tries
to drag her out of the car.
Tries to drag her out of the car, but she wakes up.
Yeah.
She's dreaming.
Yeah.
So she wakes up, sorts herself out, goes to the bathroom, has a bit of a wash, and then she turns around, and the zombie cop's there. And he grabs her again, and she wakes up again.
Double dream.
Inception.
Double dream.
Dream within a dream within a dream.
That also feels 80s. To repeat the dream thing.
Yeah.
And do a double dream
shot. It was Inception, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before Inception was even contemplated. Yeah, it did feel very 80s. And it was fun. She did the same scream twice. But she's awake this time. And Hector decides he needs to go back to San Diego to check on his own family.
He does, but I mean, he's just, it cuts to him in this scene, and I've called him Hot Body Hector, because he's just sit-ups.
He's doing really weird sit-ups
on his own in an office chair.
Yeah.
In the DJ
it's going
radio
full
station.
Down all the way up.
And that's why Reggie walks in on him doing that.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to go back to San Diego.
And he says, you know about your family. You need to check up on them.
Yeah, and Reggie sort of says, well, come on, you know
they're dead.
And he says, but I need to see it for myself.
I need to see it for myself.
So at this point, this is the first time we see it as well.
Yeah.
So Sam starts scratching herself.
Yeah, she's got an itchy shoulder.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything at this point, but might mean something later on.
Might want to note that.
Hint hunt.
Hector heads off.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the girls go outside and practice gunning.
Yeah, they get a machine gun from somewhere, and they just.
Well, it's mentioned, isn't it, that their father.
Yeah.
Worked at a military.
Yes, it is mentioned.
He was in. So he had something to do with firearms, and they knew where there was a store of weapons.
Yeah, so they get this machine gun,
but you don't see him go and do any of that. They're just out practicing with the guns.
Car.
Yeah,
shoot this car to shit. The gun jams up, and she makes a joke about an Uzi, and all goes on from there. Hector does go home. You follow him to his house. He gets there. There's nobody there. Obviously, he didn't know he knew there wasn't going to be, but he had to check. He packs up some of his possessions.
Yeah, a few photos.
Yeah, some trophies. Obviously, things that mean something to him.
Yeah.
And he hears a noise at the door. And who's at the door?
Zombie Kid.
The Zombie Kid. Brilliant.
It was good.
It was good. Jumping around the place, crazy, falling over, tripping over stuff. At one point, he tripped over a table. I'm pretty sure he genuinely tripped over that table. He went fucking flying.
But this kid is like, unlike the first zombie we saw, who's a bit like.
This one's a maniac.
Not lumbering. Yeah, this guy's like hyped up.
Yeah, he's
like,
probably, 12, 13?
He's had loads of Iron Brew, and he's.
Like you on D&B.
Yeah.
Nick on Dandelion and Burdock is worth watching if you ever meet him.
This zombie is like pinging his tits off, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going crazy. He's a wild zombie, this one.
So Hector kind of outruns him. He won't shoot him, wasn't he? He's like, can't shoot a kid.
But he runs out. He runs off, but his truck's like parked over the road. He doesn't run to his truck. He runs down the street. We don't see him again for a while.
Well, you never see his truck again.
You never see his truck again, that's true. So we cut back to the scientists and they're in their restricted area again, and they decide they need to go and do some blood tests in the field.
Yeah.
So they need to go to LA.
So they are going to
bring the survivors back, but they need to test them before they bring them back, because if they're even slightly infected, they don't want them.
Then a helicopter arrives with some survivors on it.
Yeah.
And it's not our stars.
It's not our kid. It's not our stars. No, it's two little kids.
Two kids, a boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl with their teddy bears and stuff. Proper youngsters.
So I would say girls sort of 6, 7.
Yeah.
The lads probably more like 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, 10, 11. Yeah, so they turn up. They've been brought back to the facility. We cut back to Reg and Sam.
Sam is now saying she's got a rash.
Yes. But she gets rashes. She mentions that she gets them when she's nervous or when she's anxious. She's fine.
And I think this counts as a stressful situation.
Definitely. It's the end of the world.
So they have a bit of an emotional scene about...
Yeah, they've got a police car.
Yeah.
They've got a police car from somewhere, so they're just having to play about.
Yeah, but so they're having a bit of an emotional catch-up about what I've put dead friends, which is a bit...
Sam tells a story about the boy that she liked at school.
Yeah.
And
They sort of realise they're never going to see any of these people again.
Yeah, she starts crying. And so what do girls do to cheer themselves up?
Go shopping!
They go shopping because they've got the whole of LA to themselves.
Yeah.
LA is the famous shopping centre of the world. They go shopping and we get a shopping montage.
So if you were directing a film in 1984...
There's only one song I'm putting on it.
You've got two girls. They're going to the mall.
Yeah, they're going shopping.
They've got the whole place to themselves.
What song are you playing?
I'm playing
Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
by Cyndi Lauper.
Quintessentially the most 80s song ever written. Definitely the sound of the 80s, that song.
And that's exactly what they use.
That's exactly what they use. It's a shopping montage. The girls just want to have fun. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. There isn't anything more 80s than that scene, I don't think.
No, it was excellent. So they're trying clothes on, shoes on, diamonds, all the stuff you do if you had the run of a shopping mall to yourself.
Of course you would. Until...
I'd try loads of dresses on.
I would as well. I'll do anyway. Until you get a scene of a creepy security man.
Yeah.
Who's watching them on the TVs.
Yeah.
And he is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, properly.
Properly creepy. He's got some henchmen who have got some shotguns. And he turns off all the lights. And he makes some sort of announcement over the tannoy system in the shop.
Yeah, it's basically,
He's
you're
trying
not
to
going to
creep
pay
them
for
out.
that.
You're not going to pay for that.
Yeah.
You better have enough credit cards to pay for that, I think he says. Turns all the lights off and Sam shoots out the camera that he's watching.
No, Reggie shoots it out.
Reggie shoots it out.
So this guy's goons are sort of creeping into position.
Yeah.
And Sam realises her Uzi is gone.
Yeah.
Yes, Reggie has still got hers.
You are right.
So Reggie shoots out the security camera.
So then you get a good old-fashioned gunfight.
Yeah.
Proper good old-fashioned gunfight in a shop.
Proper as in, it starts off they're aiming at each other and then within probably a minute...
Yeah, they're just
they're literally just putting their hands over the top of the sofa or whatever.
I've written gunfight in big capital letters.
And there's loads of shots of just mannequins exploding and all that sort of fun stuff.
Sam disguises herself as a mannequin at one point.
We both laughed out loud.
Yeah, I did as well.
When we watched that.
There's two mannequins and then all of a sudden there's three mannequins and then one starts shooting at them.
But the mannequins are not like... They don't have proper hair or anything. They're literally just those bold...
Yeah, bold
white, faceless...
Yeah, as they were back then.
Yeah. But it's stupid henchmen.
Yeah, they are stupid henchmen. It's one of those gunfights where no bullet goes anywhere near anybody. No. Nobody was getting shot at that point. A helicopter turns up outside during all of this.
So a helicopter lands
at...
So it's a little way away because it lands
at the radio station.
No, it lands on the bridge where they've been shooting that car up, where they were practicing with the weapons.
Yeah.
So the scientists kind of comment, "Oh, it's still a bit warm. There can't be more than half an hour away or something like that."
Meanwhile, the gunfight's still going on. Sam drops a TV on them.
Yeah.
Which misses. She's up a couple of levels in the shopping centre. It's all kicking off.
She gets captured.
She does.
Hostaged.
Yeah. And
so they call Reggie out.
Yeah, but she's got a hostage as well.
So she's got one of the goons.
One of the goons. But that doesn't matter because the creepy guy,
Willie,
we
find out he's called.
Do you think he really reminded me of Christopher Lloyd in Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah,
it was 100%.
Yeah.
It was exactly the same character. He got that creepy voice,
and he was all
dressed bony, and he was all dressed in the same sort of leathery black clothes. I've written down he looks just like Christopher Lloyd in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That at the time, but yeah.
I'm going to do my line of the film again.
Yeah.
Because Willie at this point says, "I'm not crazy, I just don't give a fuck." Which is brilliant. It's a great line.
So Willie shoots his own goon.
He shoots his own goon. So that takes Reggie's card away. She's got no card to play anymore. So they're both tied up in the next bit because he captures them both.
Yeah, they sort of take him to whether it's a basement or another shop. They tie him up, set him on a couple of chairs.
They chain them up. They're tied up with chains. The scientists are outside trying to figure out where two girls would go. There's one option for where two girls would go. Shopping, we already know that. We've decided that ourselves. Then suddenly all the baddies get mown down.
Yeah, just before that, so Willie and all his guys, they're all wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
And so as he's threatening to kill the two girls, the sisters, Willie sort of takes his sunglasses off and you see that he is a zombie.
Yes,
so
do.
He's
a functioning zombie.
Yeah, they're at the earlier stages of this disease.
Yeah, they're about to turn. So the scientists mow them all down.
Yeah.
Because they're not interested in zombies.
No.
They're interested in people who have not been zombied. So they get the two girls. Reg gets taken away in a helicopter.
Yeah, I know I'll be a bit critical here because I know it's a cheapish cult film, But I didn't think this was explained very well.
Right.
So, it's just suddenly cut to Reggie in a helicopter waving goodbye.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until a couple of scenes later it came out that they were taking her off in the helicopter.
Yeah.
Whilst they were waiting with Sam in case Hector came back.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
it was just a bit clumsy.
Yeah, you were right. It was what they were trying to say was that they were all going to end up there anyway. So they take Reg, wait for Hector to come back, and then bring Hector and Sam together.
Yeah.
Why? I suppose they needed to wait with one of them, but who knows? But anyway, she leaves and leaves Sam there.
So Sam stays with two of the scientists.
Yeah.
So
Audrey and some other dude.
And Oscar, I've got.
Okay, cool.
So this is the lady from earlier on who didn't want to.
Yeah, she was really reluctant to take anyone back.
We're back in the supermarket. The shopping mall.
Yeah.
And in the department store. And Audrey has laid Sam down on a bed.
Yeah, there's a bed.
She's going to take some blood tests.
Yeah, the bed department. So, yeah, she's going to take some tests because she's notices this rash that Sam's got.
Yeah.
She's not happy about it. So she says to Sam, I need to take a blood test. We'll do that now. You'll just feel a little prick.
Yeah.
But she kills her.
Yeah.
She basically injects her with something that puts her to sleep and she's now dead.
I was really disappointed. I really liked Sam.
I did as well. I was gutted.
I thought, yes, it's of his time, but I really enjoyed all three of the characters actually. Hector and Sam and Reggie. They were all strong characters and had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
I was quite disappointed when
I agree. I was as well.
Sam went out like that.
Yeah. It was a cheap way to go.
Yeah. But then Audrey turns around.
Yeah, she says we can't take anyone else back.
Yeah.
So she shoots her colleague as well.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Oscar.
She shoots him as well. Because now they've been out in the storm weather, they've been infected, and she's not taking anybody else back. She didn't want anybody there in the first place, and now nobody's going back either.
Yeah.
Hector turns up.
Yeah, so he's got a Cadillac from somewhere. He's ditched the truck.
Yeah, and he's dressed as Santa.
Yeah.
Because we've not mentioned, this is a Christmas film.
No, we have mentioned
Did we mention it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we did.
We did.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah,
well, it's a Christmas film, and Hector turns up dressed as Santa.
With presents.
Yes.
So he's come back to bring the girls presents.
Yeah.
So he's back at the radio station.
Yeah.
But they're not there.
No, they're not.
Because Sam's dead.
Yeah. Reggie's back at the facility.
Back at the military facility. But who is there? Audrey is there.
Audrey is there, waiting with a gun pointing at him.
Yeah.
Because she knew that he'd come back to the radio station because that's where they were when he left.
And she tells him, the girls were right, you are cute.
Yeah.
It's not the best shout-out line.
No, it's not the best, but...
She has a go. And then she basically says, I've written a load of notes over there.
Yeah.
I think I've remembered most things.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to forget some words.
Yeah. Because there was a bit earlier on where she was writing something down and she couldn't remember how to write.
Yeah.
Earlier on in the film.
So some of these scientists are starting to get a bit poorly.
Yeah.
And she tops herself.
Yeah, she injects herself with the same thing that she injected Sam with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she dies.
She's dead and all. Everybody's dying. Then we cut to Reg being questioned at the facility.
Yeah.
By the weird, creepy doctor guy.
I've got him as Carter, which again I think was on his name badge. So he's asking her all about her medical history. So have you ever had hepatitis?
Have you got diabetes?
Yeah. Have you ever been pregnant? All this sort of stuff.
Are you pregnant now?
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. Turns out they are making people brain dead and then extracting their blood to try and... Well, it doesn't tell you at this point, but they're trying to make a serum to cure this zombiness. The doctor tells Reg that Sam's dead.
Yeah.
Which
doesn't go... infected.
That does not go down well. So Reg manages to escape.
Yep, so she twats one of them around the head with a keyboard because computers were
fucking massive back then. If you think of being hit by a keyboard now, it wouldn't really even hurt that much. Being hit by a keyboard in the 80s, it's gonna fucking sting.
So she stuns one and escapes.
She does, yeah. Hector turns up at the facility now.
Yeah, so he meets the armed guard at the front.
Yeah.
But he's changed his character, hasn't he?
Yes.
Because
he's now
he's a cowboy now.
Yeah.
So he's got his button-up check shirt.
Cowboy hat.
He's in his Cadillac. He's got his cowboy hat. He's playing some country music.
Yeah.
He's chewing on some tobacco.
Yeah.
I just don't know why. I just found it amusing.
Yeah, it was fun.
He'd gone full method into undercover mode.
He tricks this security guard to come over to the Cadillac because he's got... What did he say he's got in the boot?
He just says, come and see this.
Come and see this.
He says, do you like girls, doesn't he?
Yeah, he says, do you like girls? Just come and look in this trunk.
Yeah.
So the guy looks in the trunk. What's in the trunk?
Sam's dead body.
Sam's dead body. Or is it?
No, because she sits up.
Sam is not dead. She sits up, she whacks the guy with the trunk of the car, and that's how they take out the security guard.
Yeah.
Tricked him.
Because it turns out that Audrey had only pumped Sam with enough of, I can't remember what drug he said.
Yeah, I can't.
Just to knock her out.
Yeah.
To make her colleague think that she'd killed her.
Yes.
Hooray for Audrey.
Yay, good old Audrey.
She was on the right side all along.
It gets announced over the tannoy that Reg has escaped. There's an escapee in the facility now, in the restricted zone.
Yeah, and Hector and Sam managed to cut all the power to the facility.
Yes, they take it all out. The doctor finds Reg and slaps her in the face. There's another slap, which I really enjoyed. I like it when people get slapped. Yeah, there's two women nurse type doctors. They've got the two kids.
Yeah, so they've taken blood out of two previous test subjects.
Yeah.
And they basically say these people are about to run out.
Yeah, we can't take any more blood from them. We're running out. So the only other two people they've got are the two kids and Reg, who has now escaped. So these two women try and get the blood out of the kids, but just as they do that, the power goes off.
Yeah.
And Reg escapes again because she's been captured again, and they reunite. Reg and Sam reunite, and she says, "I thought you were dead." And she says, "I'm not dead. It's great. Everybody's happy. Nobody's dead." They save the two kids. They get the two nurses and tie them to the bed and pump them with laughing gas.
Yeah.
And they're just giggling away to themselves. That's the last you see of them two. They get away in Hector's car, Cadillac, but as they're about to drive away, Hector stops the car and says, "Look at this." And what has he done?
He's rigged up one of the military vehicles, which lead evil military Doctor 1 and supporting military Doctor 2 happen to get into to start to chase them.
Yeah.
And he's rigged it to explode.
Yeah, he's put a couple of sticks of dynamite underneath.
Yeah. So as soon as they turn the ignition, it goes boom.
As he turns the ignition, it reveals that military Doctor 1 is turned into a zombie.
Yeah.
Just as he turns the key to the ignition, car goes boom. Half the budget of this film is in that explosion. Pretty sure it's an incredible explosion.
I'm pretty sure they showed it twice as well.
Yeah, I think they did. I think it looped, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was either that or two cars blew up. It was an incredible explosion. It was massive.
It was way too big for just a car.
It really was. It was huge. It was like the whole facility had gone up. Everybody's happy. Everybody's dead. All of a sudden, a kid gets taken by a zombie.
Yeah, so the girl...
We're not done yet.
Yeah.
The young girl gets taken by the combi. The combi? Zombie.
It's the classic, when you think things were fine, scare.
Yeah.
But they wrestle her away.
Yeah, Hector shoots it, and that's it. And there's a bit of a weird turn at the end.
So, just before that bit, I think the bit you're going to talk about, there's a rain montage.
Oh yeah, there is a rain montage.
So
it starts raining in LA.
All the evil zombie dust gets washed away. The
sky gets cleared.
Yeah.
There's no dust in the sky anymore.
Smog goes.
We're all back to normal. LA's back to its lovely self. I've never been to LA. You ever been to LA?
Nope.
No. We'd like to go one day. Yeah, so it's all clear and no more dust anywhere. And then they do this bit where they've become like a family now.
I really like the end of this.
I did. It was odd.
I wasn't sure if you would. It was almost like a little skit.
Yeah, it was like a little sketch show. It was
that they put on the end.
So there's Hector and Reg and the two girls.
So they've become,
2 kids.
Yeah, they've become this like family unit.
Yeah. So there's mum, dad, and 2 kids. Sam's on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's nothing on the road, so the places they've still only got them 5 people.
Yeah, so they're in the middle of the city, but it's quite this wide road, so 4 lanes or whatever. And Reggie and Hector, they're crossing the road to go and see Sam because that's where the car is.
Yeah,
and because they've been out shopping or whatever, they're dressed in like their Sunday best.
Yeah, they've got suits and dresses on.
And Reggie sort of the kids go to cross, and Reggie says, "No, we've got to wait for the green man."
Yeah, stop at the stoplight.
Yeah,
because the power's all still on.
Yeah.
So she doesn't let them cross.
But and her and Sam have a conversation across the
road
Sam,
about this is ridiculous. There's no cars. There are only 5 of us alive.
And Reggie says, "Well, yes, but we're trying to teach them values. It's all on our shoulders to
teach these 2 kids." So Sam,
I find it really amusing.
It was funny.
It was really. I've said it a couple of times. I thought it was really charming.
Yeah. So as they're having this conversation, Sam's coming across the road as she's arguing, and just as she's coming across the road, this car nearly takes her out.
Yeah.
Because some guy comes and picks her up.
Well, he pulls over.
He pulls over because he says, "I'm sorry, I nearly ran you over. You're the only person who's in this city."
And it's a hot 80s boy.
It's a hot 80s boy. I'm going to assume it was the guy she was talking about earlier on.
Oh, I
don't know if it was, but I'd like to think that in my head that it was. And as he pulls away and they drive off into the sunset, what does his number plate say?
I didn't see it.
DMK.
Did it? I didn't pick that up.
Because his name was something. He said his name.
He did. You're right.
And his initials on the number plate were DMK, who was the guy who beat Reggie's score on the arcade
I
at the
like
beginning.
it even more. I didn't pick that up.
Yeah. So I think it was Daniel.
Michael Kelly or something.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
something like that.
And he basically says, they have a bit of a moment, him and Sam, and he says,
Danny Mason Keener.
There you go.
DMK.
And he says, "Would you like to come for a ride with me?"
Yeah, and so they ride off into the sunset.
And then, having said that they're not good, that they're going to cross the road properly.
Yeah.
The other four, so Reggie, Hector, and the two kids, then walk down the middle of the road throwing a football to each other.
Yeah. And that's the end of your film. That's your 80s film done. I fucking loved that. I'm putting it out there. I thought it was really good fun.
I really enjoyed it.
It was really good fun. It was.
It's by far not the best thing we've seen, but it was really fun. It was really
good
charming.
fun. It was really charming. And I think we might be skewed because we are of the 80s and there will be people out there who don't like it. But we can only judge it on who we are and what we like. And I really enjoyed it and I would recommend it to pretty much everybody. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was a proper B movie from the era of B movies. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, if you go in with those, don't go in expecting amazing. Just go in. It's a fun 80s.
You're not going to get the Goonies or anything like that. You're going to get a B movie from the 80s.
It's a time capsule of, and yeah, it was. I thought it was really good.
These B movies that people are making today are trying to be B movies from the 80s, and that was a proper. This is what they're trying to be. They're trying to recreate that charming feel to it.
It had genuinely brought out a couple of chuckles from me. And
yeah, me too.
I've said before, I really liked all three of the main characters.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't want to be patronising, but I really enjoyed the two sisters, strong female characters, especially, which we see a lot more of nowadays, but especially back then.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, if they were the inspiration for Buffy, which is probably the strongest.
You can see that.
You can see it, and that she's probably the strongest female lead of anything ever.
Yeah.
And if they inspired that, then this film's got a good legacy to live from.
I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun. I didn't want it to end. I was disappointed when it did. It was just fun. It was just enjoy it.
Considering the last few films we watched, it was a breath of fresh air.
It really was. It was really nice to watch something good because we've watched a lot of bullshit the last few weeks.
Yeah, so I agree. I would say check it out.
Definitely check it out.
You know what you're getting into. Like I say, it's an
80s B movie, and you've got to go in and expect that. And if you do, you're going to get something out of it.
But it's fun.
It was fun. Should we talk about the stream table?
Yeah,
I love doing this bit.
I've not really thought about this, to be honest. This is
I've given it a
on the
bit of
fly
thought.
to me.
I think I know where it goes, but I will let you talk it through.
Okay, so it's top half.
It's top half. So do you want to go through it a little bit?
Yeah.
So we've got Dawn Wall at number 1.
Yeah.
Mirage at number 2. Little Evil at number 3. Cube at number 4. Bait at number 5. I think we're alone now at number 6. Don't Kill It at number 7. Do I need to go any further?
No.
They're definitely better than some of them.
No. I think that I would have it above Don't Kill It.
So would I.
I would have it above I Think We're Alone Now.
So would I.
I think that might be where it goes for me.
It's another one of those where it's really close with Bait, and it does go either side of Bait. It isn't a better film than Cube, and it is a better film than I Think We're Alone Now.
Yeah.
It's somewhere around Bait, and it's whether it goes in front of it or behind it.
I enjoyed Bait. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It's I don't know. This isn't the be all and end all because I don't tend to be a very good. I'm not a repeat watcher generally of stuff. I've only got a handful of things.
Yeah, I'm the same.
We talked about some of them.
Once I've seen something, I've seen it.
Yeah, on the bonus episode, we talked about some of the things and some of the reasons why we like some of those films is that they have got a lot of rewatchability.
Yeah.
I don't think Bait's got any of that.
No, it hasn't.
Because there's a million shark films out there.
Yeah, there is. Bait's
I could see me putting this on again.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because it was charming. So I would
probably... Bait is a modern day B movie.
Yeah.
This is an original day B movie. I'm really struggling with it because I really did enjoy Bait.
So if you want, that's what I'm saying. If you want to sort of, you're trying to compare them a bit. If it's something like rewatchability,
it's weird because they're the only two films on that list that do compare with each other, and I think it goes above Bait.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all.
Wow.
Yeah, so it squeezes into
number 5.
Top 5 material.
Top 5. Well, that's crazy. I honestly, when that came out, I was expecting a fun ride. I didn't expect it to be up in the top 5.
I did think when it came out last week that we were extending a poor run just from
yeah, because
my own preconceptions.
You never know what you're going to get from a film like that, especially film from the 80s. And yeah, that's going top 5.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
That's cool.
I can see it being one of the more divisive things.
Yeah,
that we've probably seen.
Yeah, because it is.
because I think so. I can think, like I say, I think there's a certain section of people who just would be like, nah,
just won't get it.
Nah, not for me.
You've got to be into that kind of film to get it. But I am, and you are, and that's where it's going.
Yeah,
that's all we can say. So give it a watch. Definitely go out and watch it. Let us know what you think of it.
Yeah, Night of the Comet.
Night of the Comet,
it's
number
fun.
5. It is fun. It's a good fun. Are we ready to pick next week's film?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to press the button right now. When We First Met.
Okay.
Okay, happy with that?
I don't know.
I'm going to Google it.
Is it a romance or is it comedy?
It's a comedy.
Okay.
Comedy romance.
All right.
It is a romantic comedy set in 2018. It's a 12. It's on for 1 hour and 37 minutes, and it is a Netflix original. And do you want to hear the synopsis?
Yeah.
Noah meets Avery at a Halloween party and falls in love, but gets friend-zoned. 3 years later, she's engaged to someone else. Noah uses the photo booth time machine several times to return and fix things. Will it work, or... That's it. Will it work, or... Question mark.
Photo booth time machine?
Yeah. Stars Adam Devine.
Oh, he's all over Netflix.
He's everywhere on Netflix. Robbie Amell's in it.
It feels like this is lurking a bit further up than we may sometimes go, but I thought I'm fine with that.
Don't know, I've never heard of it. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Where we go? Do you want to watch the trailer?
I know that Adam Devine is a face that
Adam
seems
Devine
to be on
is in
Netflix
everything
a lot.
on Netflix. Is it Devine or Divine?
I don't know.
I'm going Devine, I don't care. Let me find the trailer and we'll give that a watch.
So it sounds like it's got a bit of elements of Big to it.
Yeah, maybe. Here's the trailer.
She was the girl of my dreams.
That was the moment I knew that it was love.
We met 3 years ago. You are a league of their own, right?
Are you Garth?
Excellent. What is your favorite drink?
Grapefruit juice with vodka and 3 maraschino cherries.
Hey, do you want to get out of here?
Yeah. It was the perfect first date.
These things are so much fun.
But I waited too long. And then I got hugged.
Oh, this is so nice to have a good guy friend. I can't even tell you.
To Ethan and Avery.
I'm in love with Avery. If only I could go back and do everything differently. I could be the kind of guy she would want. Could you tell me what year it is?
It's 2014.
Holy shit. I just traveled back in time. Right now, I have someone to meet. What's your favorite drink? Mine is grapefruit juice with some vodka and exactly 3 maraschino cherries.
That's my favorite drink, too.
What?
This is the psycho I was telling you about.
You didn't guess that I was an army brat. You already knew that. You're a stalker.
Stalkers wear like trench coats and no underwear. And I am clearly wearing underwear. Look.
Hit him in the balls, hit him in the dick.
The photo booth is a time machine.
This is gonna be the best night of your life.
I can deal with best night of my life.
Just follow what I do. Ready? What's up, girl?
What's up, girl?
Are you doing a Joker impersonation?
This is like, it was good.
If all else fails, be an asshole.
Be an asshole.
Not hard asshole, soft asshole.
Don't forget your leather pants.
Oh my God. I went full asshole. I have no control over any of this. I make a decision and then I wake up 3 years later with the consequences. I thought things were supposed to happen for a reason.
Things happen for no reason at all, but they create opportunities. The question is, can you recognize that next opportunity when it matters the most?
As long as I keep dreaming on, I keep dreaming, I keep dreaming on, I keep...
Hi. Oh my God. That's the stalker.
I've got a bomb! He's got a bomb! I got a bomb! It's fine. I'm sorry my bomb threat ruined your magical evening. Have a great life.
I keep dreaming on.
Well, I don't feel like I need to watch that now. That was the longest trailer I've ever seen.
Yeah, I hope the best bit is one in it.
Yeah, me too. So, yeah, give that a watch and we'll be back next week to talk about it.
Sure will.
Yep.
Cheers.
Thanks. Bye.